There's some law schools in Canada that are designed to offer common law Canadian courses. So what this means is that the LLM program is designed in such a way that you are going to take all the courses you are supposed to write, for your NCA exam. So definitely those 5 NCA courses, you are covering it. Everyone, welcome to another episode of Ask Mo. My name is Mo. I'm a lawyer. I'm licensed to practice law in the province of Ontario, Canada. I answer questions relating to getting licensed as a lawyer in Canada, grad school, and general advice about life in Canada. Please note that whatever I say in this video is not legal advice. Let's get right into the question of the day. Hello, MOYO. Can I practice law in Canada if I have a Master of Laws degree or if I have a Ph.D. in Canada? I feel you. This question, it touched me here. Very, very important questions. And honestly, thank you guys for always sending in questions, because if you don't send in questions, how are we gonna have Ask Mo? So thank you for constantly sending in questions. I really, really appreciate it. Now, to get into the question of the day, can I practice law in Canada if I have a master's degree or a PhD in law? No, you cannot practice law if you have a Master of Laws or a PhD from a Canadian law school. As an internationally trained lawyer, it doesn't matter if you have a Master of Laws or a PhD from a Canadian law school. You need to go through all the processes. I have spoken about the first process, which is the NCA process. The second one is RCLIN or the LPP program. And the third one is the bar exam. I'll put the link to this video in my description box. Honestly, wouldn't it be nice if you could just practice law just by having an LLM or a PhD? I feel like that would have just made my life easier, or that would have made everyone's life easier, but unfortunately no. And if you check the website of most Canadian law schools, it is boldly stated here, the fact that you have a Master of Laws or a PhD from our school or from our university does not mean that you are eligible to practice law in Canada. It is boldly stated there, because I feel like most people have this misconception, right? Like, oh, I'm coming to Canada for my master's, I'm spending all this money, I'm paying international fees, that's it. Once I have a master's, like, boom, I can appear in court, and like handle files. No. But I have good news. There are several options that are available for, internationally trained lawyers, several options that can help you reduce the amount of NCA courses you can write. Remember, I told you that I only wrote 3 NCA courses, which is very unusual, because the least amount of courses, that NCA will assess any internationally trained lawyer are 5 courses. And I've already spoken about this in my previous video. The link to this video will be in the description box. I'll just quickly explain how I was able to write 3 courses. So I did a general LLM, and what that means is, I could play around courses. I could pick any course that I wanted, right? So all my courses were tailored towards international law. So I did international human rights, international courts and tribunal, international criminal law. I did public international law. Most of my courses were tailored towards international law, so I could pick different courses and play around with courses. So what I did was I picked some of the NCA courses. So I did administrative law in school, and I also did professional responsibility in school as well. This way, I was able to knock out 2 courses from my NCA routine. So I did my research, right? I already knew the 5 courses that NCA was going to assess me with, and so I knew that, okay, if I take some of these courses in school, NCA will be able to knock out these courses for me. So what you need to do is reach out to NCA and ask and find out, will these courses be recognized by NCA? Because imagine you go ahead and do those courses in some bootleg university and then NCA doesn't recognize them. You would have wasted money. So first of all, make sure you speak with NCA and tell them that, okay, I'm going to be taking this course at so university. This is the course number. NCA will ask you for the course content, how many units, because so there was a time I took one legal ethics course, and in my mind I thought, NCA was going to knock out professional responsibility for me. Guess what? They didn't, right? Because I didn't reach out to them. I just felt, oh, legal ethics, the same thing as professional responsibility. They didn't. So I had to take another course, which is similar to professional responsibility again. But I reached out to the NCA and I asked them, do you guys recognize this course? And they said yes. So the first thing you want to do is reach out to NCA and ask them, do you guys recognize these courses? If they say yes, my dear, do it as many as you can. Just do them when you're doing your LLM. So now let's move to the second option. There's some law schools in Canada that are designed to offer common law Canadian courses. So what this means is that the LLM program is designed in such a way that you are going to take all the courses you are supposed to write, for your NCA exam. So definitely those 5 NCA courses, you are covering it, while doing your LLM program. And they cover other common law courses as well. I think evidence, contract, business law, all these other courses is covered during your LLM. So use thy brain. That's a very smart way, because you are finishing with an LLM and you've also met all the NCA requirements. So I have a list here. I'm going to go through the list with you of the universities that offer this Canadian Common Law LLM program. The first law school that does this is the Osgoode Law School. They offer an LLM in Canadian Common Law, and they provide you with the opportunity of taking all the Canadian Common Law courses. The second university I have on this list is the University of British Columbia. They also offer the Masters of Common Law program called the LLMCL, and this allows you to take Canadian Common Law courses. So also similar to the program that Osgoode Law School offers as well. And the third university I have on my list is the University of Toronto. They offer a program called the JPLLM program, which is the Global Professional Master of Laws program. And the last university I have on my list is the University of Alberta Internationally Trained Lawyer program. They also offer, Canadian common law courses as well. So if you guys are interested in getting an LLM degree and meeting the NCA requirements at the same time, these are things you should look into. This is another option available for you. Now, I'm sure there's someone watching this video and maybe the person is confused, like, okay, how do I decide whether to just move from my home country and come here and just focus on the NCA, or relocate and do an LLM program, and when I finish do an NCA, or just do the LLM and the NCA together? There are different options, and like I said, you have to know what works for you. So now I'm going to give you a few advantages of taking this option, which is doing the LLM and the NCA together, and I'm going to give you a few advantages of just doing the NCA alone, not combining it with an LLM program. And I'm also going to give you a few disadvantages as well. So the first point I have is, if you do the LLM program, if you take that option, if you do the LLM program, that helps you meet the NCA requirements, you have seasoned professors that will teach you, and it just saves you the headache of trying to understand and learn these courses by yourself, right? Your professor is there to teach you. If you don't understand any course, like I said in one of my videos that I was having troubles with administrative law. I'm going to put the link to that video in the description box. And I literally walked up to my professor and I was like, Prof, I don't understand admin law. Please, can you teach me? Can you break it down? So this is something you can do. But if you are just going through the NCA route, right, you're on your own. You have to sit down with these courses, sit down with the study materials, and understand it by yourself. The best you can do is pay a tutor, which I did, right? I paid a tutor, and these tutors are not certified. I literally can come on the NCA Facebook group and say, oh, I'm a tutor, hire me, right? So you can't even guarantee the services you are paying for, as opposed to the LLM program. Your professors are well seasoned, they're teaching you, and it just makes your life easier. Now, on the flip side, these LLM programs are not cheap. Oh my gosh, they're very expensive. Usually it might cost you about $30,000 to $50,000 in a year. So you have to weigh your options, right? Do I want to pay $30,000 to $50,000 to get an LLM degree and also meet the NCA requirements, or do I just want to go through the NCA route because that's cheaper? Like I said, it costs you $300 to write each exam, right? So trust me, if at the end of the day, for all your, even if you get a tutor, let's say like in my case, I spent about $2,700 for the NCA in general. So even if you're spending $3,000, that is nowhere close to $30,000 to $50,000. So again, you have to sit down and decide, you know, do I want to do the LLM and meet the NCA requirement, or do I just want to go through the NCA route, because that is cheaper? And the third advantage of going through the LLM route is that they organize your materials for you. So obviously, because your professor is teaching you, your professor is going to make sure that the materials he or she is giving you is up to date. You know, they can't give you outdated materials. So 100% up to date materials you can be sure that you will get for all that money you're paying. On the other side, the NCA, like I mentioned in my previous videos, the NCA will not give you study materials. They will only give you a detailed syllabus. You have to look for the materials by yourself. I've already spoken about that in my previous video. I'll put the link in the description box. But you have to look for study materials by yourself. So again, that's another thing you want to consider. I hope you guys found this video very useful. You know, I hope there's someone out there watching and, you know, taking valuable information away from this video, because that is my aim, right? My aim is to make sure you people watch this video and get value from the content I am giving you guys. So once again, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please click the subscription button below. Please let's make more please let's make Ask Mo bigger and better. And also, if you haven't turned on your notification bell, please turn on your notification bell so that you will know when I upload new videos on YouTube. Also, if you're not following me on Instagram, my Instagram handle is moyosore_b, and my name on LinkedIn is Moyosore Balogun. Thank you so much guys for watching, and see you in the next episode of Ask Mo. Bye.